All right, everybody, it is time to review one of my most anticipated books of the entire year that I didn't even know was a possibility that it was going to happen until the author announced it. And that book is The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. This is the Waterstones UK edition because it was so pretty, but not even the prettiest part. The cover is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But let's just have a look-see inside before I start this review, shall we? Because this book is just so good. So here is the front when you take the dust jacket off, and it's gold. And then the side. And on the inside, you've got this lovely pattern. And I ordered this one because it was signed. And I love the Deborah Harkness actually as a signature that A, you can read, and B, she signs them in different colors. So sometimes it's black and sometimes it's blue. And then you kind of know that they're authentic, which I love. But I just had to show off the book before I talked about it because it's just gorgeous. So like I said, I'm going to review The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. And this is the 5th book in the All Souls trilogy. The first 3 are the Discovery of Witches series. Then we had The Times Convert. And now we have Blackbird Oracle. I had no idea there was even a hint of a possibility that we were going to get a 5th book in this series. Deborah Harkness had been battling cancer, and I was like, this is just not going to be a thing that happens, at least for a really long time. And then she posted it. I screamed, and then immediately sent it to my best friend. She screamed, freaked out. We both immediately hit pre-order. There was no questions asked, and we both just finished it. And we should have done like a chat together about it, but that's okay, maybe sometime. Anyway, so let's talk about the Blackbird Oracle. So we pick up with the whole de Claremont family. We have Diana, we have Matthew, we have their kids, Becca and Pip, and Diana and Becca are walking home from school. The whole family's getting ready to go to England for the summer, so Diana can do some research and Matthew can do some research and the kids can run around and have a good time. And on the way home, a raven like dive bombs out of the sky and like careens into the ground and then dies. There is an entire flock, or an unkindness, which I think is just kind of a cool way to call a flock of ravens, is an unkindness. Seems fitting. Everything goes like black and white and kind of stands still a little bit. And Diana perceives it, and of course Becca can perceive it because they got the witchy vibes. And Becca just starts talking to the ravens. And Diana's kind of sitting there going, well, what in the hell is happening? Like, my kid can talk to ravens now. That's a new trick we didn't know about. Because their children are half vampire, half witch. So, you know, lots going on there. And they kind of go about their business. Then they get home and she has mail from her Proctor side of the family. And the Proctors have not really been in the picture. The Bishops have been in the picture. And it's like a note saying like, hey, you should come home. And she's like, I don't know the Proctors. They're not in my life. I don't know what to do with this. And Becca also gets they're oracle cards. They're kind of like tarot cards, but different. And there's cards, and there's a ring, and Matthew comes home from work, and Diana's just like, I don't know what the hell to do with this. I guess I need to go to Ipswich and meet my dad's side of the family that I've never known. And Matthew's like, I don't like this. And she's like, well, there's like 3 omens here telling me that I need to go to Ipswich. So off Diana goes to Ipswich. She leaves Matthew and the kids at home. And immediately, as soon as she's in town, she goes to a coffee shop. And, like, the vibes are bad. The other witches know who she is because she's Diana Bishop. You know, the Salem witch trials, bishops, proctors, you know those names. So the other witches are immediately on guard, immediately not happy. And then she goes out to Ravenswood, which is where the Proctors live. And we get to meet her aunt. And the stories start to unravel from the Proctors. And I don't want to give too much away because there are moments that are just unbelievable as you learn about the Proctors. Because we haven't learned really anything about her dad's side of the family. And as the little, like, threads, not to give a pun because she's a weaver, but kind of the threads start to unravel around the family and the family history, you realize that the Bishop Proctor de Claremont contingent has been connected for a really long time, and somebody is being a puzzle master along the way. And you're kind of finding out people are not where you thought they were when you thought they were, that people who you didn't anticipate knowing things happening, knew things were happening. It's a wild ride, I will tell you. It's shocking. Characters that you never thought you were going to see again, they just reappear and you're like, what the hell? I said it multiple times. And then we see Sarah Bishop again, and Sarah kind of has a meltdown because Diana's with the Proctors and she does not, they don't get along. They have an old ongoing feud, and Sarah has the most epic meltdown, spills some family secrets at the same time that Matthew's calling Diana to tell her the family secret that he just uncovered through science. And I will say, if we get another TV season of this series, I don't think we will, because Deborah Harkness has said it's not on the radar. She's not in a place where she wants to do it. She'd rather give us another book, which I am fine with. But I will say, this epic meltdown of Sarah's, I would pay all the money to be able to see Alex Kingston do this moment. Even if she could just read it to me in her Alex Kingston Sarah way, that would be so amazing. Because I texted my best friend and I was like, I can hear Alex Kingston. I can see it. It's the perfect scene. And I want it now. And she goes, oh my God, I totally agree. So there's a whole lot going on of secrets revealed. Some willingly, some not willingly. And it leaves us at the end in a place where you know that something bad's gonna happen in the next part of this story, because all of the characters are kind of aligning, and I closed the book and I said, shit, Diana and Matthew gotta stop making enemies, because they have made so many enemies over the millennia between their families that you just never know who's pissed off at them and what they may do to get revenge. But there's so many great characters. Granny Dorcas is a ghost of the Proctors, and she is so sassy and so fun and just the best. She just kind of hangs out and gives her 2 cents against what everyone else may want to hear. She tells them what's up, and it's just, she's the best. The ghosts are so fun, and the Proctor ghosts are different than the ghosts that the bishops have and how they interact. So it was a fun time to learn a little bit more about this universe. I cannot wait. I went to a author talk with Deborah Harkness, and she said that the first draft of the 6th book has been turned into her editor, and I died. I cannot wait. So I'm guessing that'll be coming in the next year. I don't know. She didn't tell us anything about it, which characters it's going to center on. I'm hoping we stay in this universe and find out what happens next in this story, but I'd also not be mad if we got a Gallo Glass book, which is what everybody's been begging her for. But I didn't get the feeling from her that it was going to be a Gallo Glass-centric book, so I'm guessing it's going to be the next one in this kind of line of the story. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Again, 5 stars. One of my most anticipated books of the year, and it did not disappoint. Loved every minute of it. Highly recommend checking out A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, and I'll see you soon!